What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to Schoolboy to Superstar with Borussia Dortmund. Today we have Olympiacos in the Champions League first knockout round, first leg. The season's going pretty well. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but other than that, like you can see by the league table, we are 14 points clear of Bayern Munich with the same amount of games played. Everyone on 24 games. We're 14 points clear ahead of both Bayern and Augsburg. So we are sitting pretty at the top of the table. Surely we're not going to throw that away. I mean, it's possible. Bayern probably aren't going to lose much more than they have so far, and we could go on a bad stretch. But I'm liking where we're at right now. I'm feeling really good. Erling Haaland's been fantastic. 33 goals in the season so far. Gio Reyna's been the best player on the team. A 7.77 average rating. 17 assists. Reyna's just world class. He's a world class midfielder. So good to have him develop and be the kind of player he's turned into be. Since I last saw you for let's go all the way back. When was the last time I saw you? For the Schalke match. There you go. Played about a little bit, a month and a half. So we started off with Union Berlin, beat them 3-0 in the DFB Pokal third round. Pretty easy draw. Yusuf Moukoko with a brace, Haaland with a goal. Pretty comfortable victory. Then played Hertha, and that's when it started to go wrong a little bit because we just didn't create much. We didn't score until the 94th minute. Like Moukoko just stole a win away from Hertha, or a point away from Hertha there. And we end up getting all 3 points. So, I mean, I'm happy with the result, but the performance just was not very good. I mean, 12 shots, 6 on target, but XG barely over 1. Just Haaland wasn't very good. We just couldn't put away our chances. So that was disappointing. And then we disappointed even more with our first Bundesliga loss of the season to Wolfsburg, who were actually doing really well, but they just came out firing. They scored 2 quick goals by Wout Weghorst in the 6th and 23rd minute. Then a Haaland penalty brought it back to within 1, and we had so many chances to tie this game, to win this game, and we just threw them all away. Haaland missed about 5 clear-cut opportunities. It was just not good. I mean, to be fair, if you look at the XG, we probably should have won that match. They didn't deserve a single goal. Maybe they deserved 1. They're about at 1 XG. But we had 2.3. More shots on target, and we lost 2-1. Just one of those games. Moukoko was absolutely horrible. His worst game of the season. And that was the last time we needed that, and it didn't continue very well. We then played Stuttgart and beat them 1-0 again. We just weren't scoring like we were before. We 6 goals against Schalke, 4 against Hanover, 3 against Bayer Leverkusen, 5 against Sociedad, 4 against Leipzig. We were putting points on teams. We were absolutely smacking some teams. And it just, for that little stretch, we weren't. And then we played Stuttgart again. A 3-2 victory this time. Defensively, not very good. Haaland, Caio Jorge scoring a goal because I believe in this Stuttgart game, Moukoko did get injured. It was like a month injury, so he was out for a month, which really stunk. But he came back for this Bayern Munich match. So that's at least a good time for him to come back. But we beat Stuttgart 3-2, and then we got it back into form. Beat Gladbach 4-1. Chan with a brace. Guerrero with a goal. Bellingham in the 94th minute with a goal. Beat Freiburg 2-0. Cherki actually coming in and scoring a goal. Coming in to replace Yusuf Moukoko. I kind of rotated Cherki and Caio Jorge. And Cherki's actually been in some pretty good form. He scored a goal in this game, 7.5 average rating. I think we played him again against Leverkusen in the DFB Pokal quarterfinal, and a 7.2 average rating. So 2 good games in a row. Caio Jorge did come in and score, though. So it's going to be hard picking between those two when I need to replace Moukoko, which I need to do because Moukoko came back for Bayern Munich and immediately got injured in the first half. He broke his lower leg. He is out 3 to 4 months. So the rest of the season, he's gone. He might come back for like a Champions League final if we get there, but I think that's about it. And that's even pretty optimistic. So yeah, that really sucks because he's been one of our best players this season. And yeah, broke his leg right after he came back from, I don't even remember what his other injury was. I can actually look, I believe. If I look at his injury history, it was a twisted ankle. So he twisted his ankle, was out about a month, and then broke his lower leg. Just literally a month later, almost exactly a month later, he broke his lower leg in his first match after being back. Very frustrating. So, with that, we've actually also gone through a transfer window. So, we've done some moves. We haven't made any signings, I don't believe. We tried to make some signings, but didn't quite pull them off. We have made some sales, though. Players that just weren't a part of this team very much or just didn't have a long-term future with this team. One of them, unfortunately, is our Mel Belakachip. We had high hopes for this guy. He has not developed a single point into a single attribute this entire time he's been here. And he's been out on loan. He's been playing first-team football, and he has not developed a single point of anything. He's as he was when we first signed him. And so I couldn't justify giving, and he wanted a lot for wages. Like, he's on 4.8K with right now. I don't know what he signed for Werder Bremen with, but he wanted like 60. And I was like, no. You are not good. You're not developing. Your potential has gone from 5 stars to 3.5 stars. I know he paid $20 million for the guy, but I think it's probably right to cut ties with him. He's not going to be a future at this club. He doesn't have a future at this club. He's probably not going to develop any more than where he is. He's just, I don't know if he's just lazy or what the problem is, but he just does not develop. So, Armel Belakachip is not coming back. Another one that's not coming back, just the youngster, Relan Hatimi, just a guy with like 3-star potential that he's 21 years old and he's not very good right now, so he's not coming back. But in terms of players sold, if I go to transfer history, no news. Actually, there is one new signing. I forgot about, I think, did I show you Sebastian? I believe I showed you Massoff Bader, but they did have one new signing. That happened pretty early in the transfer window. But first I want to go through the sales. Julian Brandt has gone to RB Leipzig for $36.5 million. Valued to 46 now, but he's good. I don't use a left winger. So, I mean, obviously, hindsight being the way it is, if I knew Yusuf Moukoko was going to break his leg, I probably would want to keep him here. But I'm pretty sure he hadn't played a single match for us all season. Played 2 matches against in Dortmund 2. Played 16 the year before. Didn't play a single match so far this season. We have other players that can play at the left wing position. He's not been that good when we've given him an opportunity. Like, he's put in a 6.9 and a 6.9. He's the most average player out there. So to get $36.5 million, which was more than where he was valued at the point just because he hadn't played any games, I thought was a good deal. And Felix Passlack, I didn't want to sell him, but his contract was running out, and he wanted a 5-year deal, and I did not want to offer a guy with 2.5 current ability and 2.5 potential. That's just a backup 5 years on pretty high wages. He's on 49K right now for Atalanta. So I didn't really want to pay that kind of wages for like a third-string right back that I have plenty of other right backs that can fill that role. And his contract was expiring, so it was either sell him now or lose him on a free. So I sold him for $13.5 million. So he's gone. The one player I do want to show you that came in, Rayan Pino. He looks tasty. He is a center back. I don't know if I've showed him already. I feel like I haven't, but maybe I showed him before the deal was done. But he is at the club. He looks so good. Look at his physicals for a 17-year-old center back. It says he's a right back. He's a center back. He can play right back if he needs to. He doesn't really have the heading. I think I have showed him because I remember I mentioned how he doesn't have heading or jumping reach. But yeah, he's going to be really good. I'm really happy with him. But we did have a couple failed transfers. Guys I was really going after that one of them went to a different club. One of them did not, just is still at the club I'm trying to get him from, but they wanted too much money from him. I felt like it was too much money. So if we go to our failed transfers, the biggest one is Jonjo Hodgson. He is 18 years old, 2.5 current ability, 5-star potential. English, look at his attributes. Ridiculous. 18 dribbling and first touch, 16 long shots, crossing, passing off the ball, jumping reach. He's 6'4" as a striker / winger. He is ridiculous. And I had a deal agreed with him. It was me and Bournemouth agreed a deal of $37 million to sign him. It was more than I really wanted to spend, but he just looks so good, I just couldn't say no. But then it came to his contract, and he wanted like $80K a week, which is pretty high. He's on 66K now at Bournemouth, but he wanted like 80K. But he also wanted like double his wages if he played 10 games, and an extra 50 grand after that if he played another 10 games. So if he played 20 games, he wanted an extra 50 grand. And I was like, okay, I'll think about the 80K. I put it down to like 75, but I didn't want to give him the, after 10 games, the wage rise. I didn't want to give him any of the wage rises. So I took those out, and he immediately went red. Contract negotiations over. I'm not talking to you anymore. After one click of a negotiation, he just ended all communications. His manager is the biggest asshole I've ever seen. And guess what? He went to Bournemouth. Now he is transfer listed because he was said when he joined Bournemouth that he wanted to bring someone in to help him re-establish his position in, I don't know. You know, you get those where they want you to bring in a fellow Englishman in or something, and with that, which doesn't make any sense because he's at Bournemouth and he came from Middlesbrough and he's English in England with a bunch of other English players. Why do you need to bring another player in to help you settle in the club? Is beyond me, but apparently he's got pissed off because they didn't do that, and so now he wants to leave. So he's transfer listed for his release clause, which is 130 million. So that's not happening, but I'm going to make sure I stay on this guy. I'm going to scout him for 3 months, stay on him, watch every single match, and see if I can get them down to his value. I'll probably play his value for him if I need to. Maybe he'll be more reasonable with his negotiations next time, but yeah, I really wanted him, but it just wasn't to be. The other one I wanted, Selhattin Attic, would have been a free transfer. I don't have his scout report anymore. It's kind of run out, but he looks pretty good for a young goalkeeper, 17 years old. I was going to sign him on a free, but he went to PSG instead, so that's just annoying. So we didn't get Selhattin Attic. There are a couple more players that are still at their current clubs that I couldn't quite get. I don't think it's 2022 signing. Let's go to default. Francisco Fumo, another guy that's transfer listed by request, but they want like 36 million for him, 35 and a half. He's valued at 1.6, and he's like okay right now. I mean, got some pretty good mental stuff. Physicals are pretty dang good, but his passing is 11 for a midfielder, 10 long shots, 11 finishing, 10 teamwork. He's got a long ways to go, and they want 36 million. He is valued at a 94 recommendation. So I consider paying it, but I just feel like that's too much. I want to be a little frugal with my money. I've got plenty of money, but I don't want to go spending ridiculous amounts of money for guys that just aren't very good right now. Like that last guy, he's ridiculous. So I will spend a lot of money on him. Francisco Fumo, he's got some room to grow. He's got a lot of room to grow. So I'm not really willing to spend 36 million on him if I can avoid it. So I'm scouting him for the next 3 months. See if we can get that transfer fee down. I'll be willing to pay 20 to 25 probably, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to go any more than that. And there's one more, Ricardo Martinez, another player that's unhappy and transfer requested. He's listed at 25 now. It's actually gone down. It was 36. They did want 36 million. Now they only want 25, so I'm going to stay on him as well. See if I can get that price down. He's a right back, 85 scout summary. We don't have a whole lot of right backs for the future at this club that are going to be homegrown. So I think he could be a huge signing. We've got a couple of youngsters that are really good, including one that might be even better than Ricardo Martinez, but I still want to establish as much depth there as possible. But again, he's not amazing anywhere. He's got some good attributes in his technicals, mentals, and physicals, but nowhere is he like crazy good. So I don't know if I'd spend more than 15, probably around 15 million for the guy. So see if we can get his number down and then go back at him. It has already gone down some, so that's good to see. So those were the guys I was looking at, all 5-star guys. Another guy I liked, a couple of other guys I liked, Christian Konate. They want like 100 million for him, so that he's not transfer listed or anything. So I don't have any work to do with him. Kevin Mercier doesn't look very good right now, but he's got a lot of potential. They want like 60 million for him. Not doing that. And that's about it. So some failed transfers, but I've still got my eye on them for the future. They're still young. Hodgson's 18, though, so he doesn't have a whole lot of time before he can have to make his decision about whether he's going to come here, because the second he turns 19, he is unavailable for us. So We've got another transfer window to see if we can sign him. But if not, I'm not too upset. We've got plenty of players. I don't know where I'd play him even. It's like he's crossing. You want to play him on the wings. But he's left-footed with a really weak right foot. So he'd probably want to be played on the right or as like a trequartista. I might play him as a trequartista on the left, actually, if I do ever play him. So it would be valuable to have someone that can play that role. We've got Ray and Cherky. We've got players that can play on the left there. And he can play a striker if we need him to. But all right, let's get into the team for this match against Olympiacos in the Champions League. It's pretty much the normal expected lineup. Berkey, Meunier, Papetti, Zagadou, Guerrero, Camavinga. Reyna's a little bit tired, so I'm going with Bellingham and Chan. I was going to go with Chan and Reyna because Bellingham's been in terrible form. Season he's done great, but recently his development has just fallen off a cliff. I've talked to him about it. He's like, I'm sorry, but he hasn't changed anything. So I'm sorry, does nothing for me. His form has not been good. He was good in his last match, but it's been quite a few high sixes, low sevens, which isn't quite good enough for what we're expecting to do. With how good the team has been, that's pretty bad. Because the team has been playing really well, and he's still only getting high to mid sixes and low sevens. While other players are getting like 7.8s to 8s to 9s. So yeah, I'm not super impressed with Bellingham right now, but he's going to get the start for this one because Reyna's tired. Chan's been great for me, so he's definitely going to start. He's been playing really well. Sancho's going to start on the right. Cherky, I had to decide between Jorge and Cherky. I went with Cherky just because his last two games were so good. So he's going to start on the left. Erling Haaland up top. Bench of Akanji. Nets just came back from injury, so it's nice to have him back. He's going to be our backup right back with Paslak gone. Him and Toljan and Collins can also play right back. So we've got plenty of players that can play there. Delaney, Nico, Reyna, Demir, Kyle, Jorge. Every position except for that left wing is... Well, Kyle Jorge can play left wing. So pretty much every position is covered. So I feel pretty good. Let's get into the match. I want to see if we can end this tie here today, away from home. Get like 3 or 4 or 5 away goals. Don't concede many, if any. And put this game away right now. I'm going to say go out there and carry straight on from where you finished last match. A very good win against Bayern Munich in the last time out. So I'm expecting the same kind of quality against a much worse team. So this could be pretty comfortable. Hopefully it'll be comfortable. Do you think your side will find motivation a problem against a team like Olympiacos? I don't think it'll be a problem. The prize of victory should concentrate the players' minds. How important will Jadon Sancho be to Dortmund today? Of course he's very important. He's an outstanding player. I'm super happy with Jadon Sancho. Like I've said in much earlier episodes, I've used him before on this game, and he has not been good for me. But in that trequartista role, he's fantastic. If you ever have Jadon Sancho, try him out as a trequartista. I've tried him as inside forward on the left. He's okay. I've tried him as a winger on the right. He's terrible. I've tried him as every role on the right, except for trequartista before, and he just hadn't been good on the right. Put him at trequartista, and he's been great. I've even tried him as like an inside forward on the right with his cutting in on his weaker foot, and it wasn't good. So yeah, trequartista on the right-hand side seems to be the role. Like you might be able to be fine putting him on the left side and playing him there, but just traditionally, I think for Manchester United now he's playing on the right-hand side. For Dortmund, he always played on the right-hand side. As Haaland scoring an easy goal. That's pretty simple for a guy like Erling Haaland's quality, so good start to the game. Took 30 minutes, which is a little unfortunate. Hope we get it on the score sheet a little quicker than that, but it's a mistake from their goalkeeper. Goes down to Haaland. He just places it. Just places it perfectly in the corner. Keeper does not even dive. I mean, we've had some decent chances so far. 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.8 XG. They haven't done anything, but I want to put this leg away right now. I don't want to have to come back for the next leg. I want this to be over so we can continue on in this series, get through this quick, so we have this series done and finished before FM22 comes out, because it is getting closer and closer every single day. So I need to really get on the gear and get this series over with. So that's what I'm trying to do, but the team has to agree with me. I can only do so much. Sometimes the team has to pull their own weight, so Bellingham looking for a ball over the top. But is that the Socrates? It probably is, because he's probably not that good anymore. But Emre Can, nice steal of the ball there. Goes for the long shot. I don't know about that one. That's a little optimistic there. Imre. And it looks like we're going to go into halftime 1-0. I'm going to tell them that's not good enough because I expected 2 or 3. I'm not happy. That's not good enough. We deserve 2 or 3 goals just in a half. If we can get 4 total goals, don't concede any, I'll feel pretty good. But that's going to require 3 goals in the second half, which, based on the first half, that's not going to happen. But they finally had their first shot, and it was a decent opportunity, 0.1 XG, 0.16 especially. So, I mean, we've not dominated. It's been a pretty even game for how well we played against Bayern Munich. We are not playing that well against Olympiacos. It is away from home, but Bayern was away from home too. We went in their house and smacked them in the face. Haaland got to score that. That is a terrible attempt. You don't expect something like that from Erling Haaland. Cherky's been awful. I'm going to take him off. I gave him the trust in this game that he would be able to keep his form going and play well. He did not, so Kyle Jorge's going to come in. We need goals, so I'm bringing on another striker. Emre Can's tired of not playing specifically well. Bellingham has not been good for another match. I think I'm going to change. Do I take Bellingham or Chan off? Chan's tired, but Bellingham's bad. I think I'm going to take Bellingham off. I'm going to take off the bad player. I want good players on the pitch. And Emre Can is a better player right now than Jude Bellingham. So I'm going to go with that. I don't care that he's tired. He's going to play. He's going to play on. I don't think we're going to find a second goal. So I might have to come back for the second leg against Olympiacos because I can't just go out and not show it. Surely we should win though. If we get 2 goals in the last 6 minutes here, I won't come back for that. There's one. Gio Reyna. And Kyle Jorge is involved. Gets the assist. Gio Reyna, of course. Of course, our 2 goals are scored by Gio Reyna and Erling Haaland. Camavinga's injured. I'm actually going to make a cheeky change here. I'm going to move Emre Can to defensive midfielder. I'm going to bring on Nico. I want to go a little bit more attacking because I still want another goal. 3-0, I'll feel pretty comfortable. I wanted 4 or 5, but they haven't scored, so that's pretty good. We've got 2 away goals. We've nearly got 3 away goals. Nico, he's like 6'2", so he can definitely win those. Demanding more and encouraging will not go well, so I'm not going to do it. If you ever demand more from a team that's winning, they will get pissed like no other. So I just suggest now, don't do that. Do not do that. I think we've made all our subs. Reyna's came in, Nico's come in, Kyle Jorge's come in. So can't make any more changes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we just got to see it out with the guys on the pitch. Hopefully they can find another goal. Reyna looking for a cross, but it gets blocked. Haaland, that might be a penalty. That's close. It looked like it started in the penalty area. I will say that. It continued outside of it, but it looked like it started inside. This game is probably not good enough to realize that, to recognize that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is not going to be a penalty because he fell outside the penalty area, but it started inside. No penalty. But I figured. That's annoying because that could have been tie over. I feel like 3-0 going back to our place. I don't think I need to show that, but I don't know what I'm going to do now. This is like the worst result possible, other than actually like losing. But I'm going attacking. Screw it. It's not going to matter. We're going to finish 2-0. That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Reyna comes in and gets a 7.2. He's so good. He's just so good. So much better than Bellingham right now. That's crazy. Like they're both at a similar spot when we first got here. But Reyna has developed like crazy. Bellingham has not developed like at all. He's developed very little. I'm going to say you were poor out there. That wasn't good enough. That's Olympiacos. I don't care it's away from home. We beat Dortmund we beat Bayern more than that in their place. We should be able to come against Olympiacos and get more than a 2-0. Saying that, Real Madrid just got a 1-1 with Benfica, so maybe I shouldn't be so pessimistic about the result, but I wanted it over. 3 to 7 days for Camavinga, not too bad. He's had a bunch of little, niggly injuries, so that's kind of annoying. Do I come back for the next leg? It's only in, less than a month. Almost a month. But only 3 games in between. I want to move on a little bit quicker than that. Surely we're not going to lose at home to Olympiacos. What I'll do, if the game starts and it starts going poorly, I'll start recording. But otherwise, I think we're going to push on until we get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I'm going to assume we're going to get through this tie. We've got 2 away goals. They didn't score a single home goal. Surely we're not going to lose 3-0 to Olympiacos. I'm going to move on a little quicker. We don't know who we have in the DFB Pokal next round, but I'm not too concerned about the DFB Pokal. The Bundesliga, we're doing very well, so it's pretty comfortable. So I really just want to show Champions League matches. So I think we'll come back for the Champions League quarterfinal, first leg or second leg, or it depends who we're against. Depends when it's scheduled. So that's going to be the end of the episode, though. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.